Hello, my name is Sergei von Stroganoff, and tonight I do your story. Yes, I hail from the steppes of Russia. I am Russian, although I was born in Bavaria. So sometimes das German might come out again. So yes, but I am Russian, through and through. I am Cossack as well, so that makes me more Russian. Okay, story goes now. Right, once upon a time, there was a little girl. She was given red coat. Bit like Russian had red coat. In fact, the story does come from Russia. They may say it came from France, but no, it come from Russia. So we've got the story, it has. And if you fight us for it, we'll chop your heads off with sabers. Yes? Right. Anyhow, the little Russian girl, Little Red Riding Hood, as she's well known, possibly. She says, I want to go to Grandma's house because Grandma is starving and I have to take her bread. So Mother says, right, you go to Grandma's house and don't talk to anybody and walk through the woods. So Little Red Riding Hood went up through the woods, but she just got misled and started looking at the trees and things like that. And there was a huge wolf came out the trees and talked to Little Red Riding Hood. And Little Red Riding Hood, she just thought it was a little doggy. And the wolf said, where are you going, little girl? She goes, I'm going to my grandma's to feed her all this food. Fresh bread made by the Soviet Union. Yes. Hail, hail. So anyhow, of course the Soviet Union is gone now, but that's by the by. This is the story. So anyhow, the wolf thought, oh, right, opportunity now for food. So anyhow, the little girl, she sat there, she started playing flowers, making daisy chains, and getting completely and utterly sidetracked. So this is no good, because she was told to go straight to Grandma's house, and Grandma was waiting for her. So anyhow, the big bad wolf, he went all the way through the forest, and then went to Grandma's house and knocked on the door. And Grandma opened the door, and big bad wolf, he ate the Grandma straight down, just gobbled her, gone. Gobbled the wolf, gobbled Grandma, gone. So anyhow, I thought, right, a little girl's going to come here and get some extra food. So anyhow, the little girl, she got to Grandma's house, la 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 la. And then she knocked on the door, and the wolf had already prepared, because the wolf had found some clothing of Grandma's and put the wolf and climbed into bed, and it was acting as if it was a grandma. So the little girl let herself into the house, because obviously, grandmas cannot open doors properly because they get ate by wolves. So anyhow, the little girl in her Red Riding Hood went into the house, and then she was, where's my grandma? And so the grandma says, where's my grandma? Grandma, where are you? Your food is here, fresh from the Soviet Union bread baking factory. So anyhow, the big bad wolf goes, I'm in here, my dear. Come bring me the fresh bread. So Little Red Riding Hood went into the bedroom, and there was Grandma, big bad wolf, in bed. So anyhow, she says, how are you, Grandma? Why are you in bed? You're normally doing the pruning the trees or milking goats. She says, well, I've been a bit poorly recently. I've got a bit of a sniffle. She says, I've never noticed, Grandma, but she says, what big eyes you've got. And Grandma said, oh, well, all the better to see you, my dear. And then she says, well, another observation, she says, what big ears you've got, Grandma. And the wolf said, well, all the better to hear you, my dear. Now come closer. And then she said, "Oh, Grandma, what big teeth you've got." And the wolf goes, "All the better to eat you, my dear," and grabbed her and bit her head off straight off. And then with the rest of the body, he made a nice stew with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. And this is the story of Little Red Riding Hood. Not quite a normal story, but if you talk to strangers, little girls and boys, this is what you'll get. Your head bitten off. So, remember that next time you're out. Do not talk to strangers, and especially do not talk to strange Cossacks on road, because they might chop your head off with saber. Okay. My friend could not do the story tonight. He's very sick. And you might have noticed some resemblance. Yes, we was both born in Bavaria, but he went to live in France, and I went to live in Germany. No, I went to live in Russia. Yes, on the steppes. And I am a Cossack, not a Bavarian. Okay. Right. Sergey signing out now, and hope Monsieur Pepe will be back soon. He's not been very well, Monsieur Pepe, but he might continue with the blog. Right. Oh, the favorite song of the Russian people's on now. Can you hear it? Oh, Tusha, Venusha. Oh, so stirring, yes. I don't know, my German accent does come out sometimes, but I am really Russian. Okay. Goodbye, good evening, and have a good night's sleep, by all means.